Okay. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Manic Pixie Dream Women. We're your hosts, Mariah
and Layla,
and this is the podcast where we talk about all things post-grad, entering into the industry, and some films that may
period
and some films.
Why are you doing ASMR?
I don't know. I feel
I like it. It's
close
so
to the microphone right now.
I feel like we need like those wooden beads. Have you seen those? Like the wooden bowl, the bead soup. No, it's so satisfying. It's like a bunch of wooden beads in water, and she like spoons them around.
Ooh, that's
anyway,
fun. I'm not an ASMR girl personally. I don't know, something about it like it doesn't do it for me. It kind of freaks me out.
It just like comes upon it, comes upon me.
Oh. The hand gesture. I like that you did it twice too.
No. I mean like on my feet.
You heard that here first.
Yeah.
Folks. Comes upon Layla.
Damn it.
Anywho, today we have a wild journey to talk about.
Yeah.
Jennifer's body.
We're talking about Jennifer's body, but also Jennifer's heart. And Jennifer's brain.
That's so true.
And Jennifer's teeth.
Okay. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
And Jennifer's appetite.
Yeah. I had never seen this before. Layla had.
I had. I've seen it actually many times. I don't know why. 2009 it came out. I remember watching it like around that time because it scared me. Oh. I was actually really scared of this movie.
Oh, I mean, as a 9-year-old, I would be
10-year-old.
very scared too, as well.
Should I test it out on my sister?
Yeah.
She's going to be 11.
Yeah.
I'll be like, it's time.
I feel like it's an important movie for young girls to watch.
Yeah, I think
so
probably like
it.
14.
Yeah.
I
kind of wish I had seen this movie. I don't think I would have really understood its nuance.
I definitely did not. I was scared of it.
Yeah. That's really it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Jennifer's Body, 2009, directed by Karyn Kusama. That makes more sense because it's a Japanese name. Kusama.
Written by Diablo Cody.
Yes, very importantly. It's funny because we were talking about with Charlie Kaufman, like I feel like there are a few screenwriters that like you can recognize just based off their names, and I feel like
Diablo's definitely up there. I think partially because she has such a sick ass name. I mean, it's not her legal name. Yeah,
no, but and I think when people say Jennifer's Body, I feel like they're like, oh, written by Diablo Cody.
Yeah,
it's never Karyn Kusama.
Yeah, I didn't even know. Like, I didn't know that she directed it until this research.
Anyhow,
I never looked into it.
Jennifer's Body, for those of you who don't know, is about... I want you to tell it because I'm just going to go on and on.
Okay. So it's about these two high school best friends, Jennifer and Needy, as she's called, Megan Fox and Amanda Seyfried. And basically, Jennifer gets fucked up. Mm-hmm. She gets possessed. She becomes a succubus and starts eating boys to, like, regenerate. She starts, like, getting all weak and ugly when she doesn't.
Ugly.
When she doesn't consume man meat.
Yeah.
And then it's all about, their friendship and, like, stopping her.
Yeah. And uncovering why she became a demon, what's going on there. There's a lot to discuss about this movie. I don't even know where to begin. I think the biggest thing is that critics in particular, hated this movie when it came out. Mm-hmm. And because it was marketed to teenage boys.
Yeah.
And the whole framework around the marketing was just around Megan Fox being hot. And it did not.
And they teased the kiss, the lesbian kiss that they have.
They teased Amanda Seyfried and Megan Fox kiss in it. So they teased that. And that's not at all this, like, that just completely, like, this movie is for women. Like, this is a feminist piece of film.
Yeah, she said they were like, they didn't know how to market it. They fucked that up entirely.
Yeah, both Diablo Cody and Karyn Kusama said that. And apparently the movie execs wanted Megan Fox to, like, go on porn sites to market this movie. And Karyn Kusama was like, absolutely not.
Like,
don't even.
How on, like, what do you mean?
I don't know.
Like, just pop up, like, in the middle of a porn? Or, like, be in the porn?
I have no idea.
As, like, an extra.
I have no idea. But Karyn Kusama was like, don't even say that to Megan Fox. That's so incredibly degrading.
Yeah.
And critics hated this movie. They thought it was so boring. They didn't understand it. A lot of reviews said, like, as a criticism, they were like, this movie isn't actually sexy. And that's what we wanted it to be. Which is just insane. And to be fair, also in 2009, most critics, as they are probably still to this day, are older white men.
Yeah.
So this is not the movie for them.
I did also see some of them, like, because it's marketed obviously as like a horror, scary movie. And it's, besides, like, you know, I obviously watched it when I was little and I was scared, but it's not scary. And so a lot of their criticism was like, oh, like, it thinks it's being scary, but it really is not scary at all. And, like, there's comedy in it. And it's like, it definitely seems like it was one of the first of its kind.
Yeah.
That, like, and this is typically how it always goes. You have something new like this or something that's, like, a breed of genre. And critics are like, but it's not one or the other. It's both, so it's bad.
Same
and it's like,
with But I'm a Cheerleader.
Exactly. And then, like, as time goes on, they're like, oh, right. So we were wrong.
Yeah. And so it's become such a cult classic. And especially since at post Me Too, the Me Too movement, people have really reclaimed it because
it's a revenge movie.
It's a revenge movie, exactly. Because the whole thing is that Jennifer is taken away in a white van by this older band and they choose to sacrifice her. But that could totally be a metaphor for, like, being sexually assaulted.
Yeah, definitely.
And then her getting revenge on men.
Well, because, they offer her up as a virgin sacrifice to Satan in exchange for fame and fortune. But she's not a virgin.
Yeah.
Queen. And so it doesn't work for her. She gets possessed.
I just love that.
That's such a great conceit. Like, virgin sacrifice, but what happens if she's not a virgin? I do have to say, though, if this was in my position, like if I was at a concert and it caught fire and I was into the band, you'd catch me also being sacrificed. You know what I mean? Because, like, I would have followed the band.
But, like, here's where Needy went wrong, right? Like, I mean, I'm sure, like, she was in shock, whatever. Like, if we were there together, I would be like, Layla, no. Like, I'm not letting you get in this van. Or I at least have to come with you. Like, I can't just leave you alone with a group of older men.
My thing is, like, did they ask her if she was a virgin and she said yes?
In the van, she, like, they started talking, like, are you sure she's a virgin? And she thought that was, like, a bad thing. So she was like, I am a virgin. Like, find someone who has sexual knowledge that you can have fun with, blah blah blah.
Oh,
but they never asked her before being in the band. They just assumed.
Crazy though, because, like, that's a big, you're sacrificing to Satan for fame and fortune. You kind of want to make sure you get the right sacrifice.
Yeah, it is a little bizarro. Also, I there's no shame in this at all. Looking at Megan Fox, I would not assume she was a virgin. I would assume Needy was a virgin.
Yeah. Which that was one of the ways where this movie, like, flipped it on its head. Because they were like, look, here's kind of, like, what we're pitching as, like, the dorkier girl, the less fuckable girl, essentially. Yeah. And she's got the boyfriend, she's having sex.
Yeah. Well, not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. But yes, I did like that. Like, I also had the same thought where I was like, oh, it's cool that she has a boyfriend and she has like this steady romantic partner.
And I love that actor, Johnny Simmons.
He's so sweet.
Because he's in a couple things of that same time period. Because he was in Scott Pilgrim and other stuff. I like him.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
He's got an endearing little face.
I just loved I guess we can talk now about like our impressions of the movie.
We sure can.
Because I loved this movie. I really love Diablo Cody. Like, I love Juno. And I just love her writing so much. And it's just so absolutely ridiculous. Like, all of her little lingo and, like, it's like every line she uses to, like, come up with a new stupid phrase. Yeah. And it works so well.
It is weird that it works because I feel like so many screenwriters try to, like, use, like, lingo or they'll try to, like, talk like a certain internet humor, and it doesn't work. Yeah. And I don't know why. I can't pinpoint, like, I'm assuming it's because it's so authentic to her, but, like, I don't know why it works for her.
Yeah, it really does, though.
She did this big time in Juno. You've seen Juno.
Yeah. But yeah, and I felt like acting-wise, like, I mean, I haven't actually, I think I must have seen a Transformers movie, but I feel like I've only actually seen Megan Fox in New Girl, and it was just so, like, I just love her delivery of every line, too, and, like, she's so good in this movie. Amanda Seyfried is so good. Everyone's so good in this movie. Yeah. It's just such a fun
This
time.
was also, like, at least, like, in my time frame of knowledge, being, like, little, I remember watching it. I knew who Megan Fox was because I had seen Transformers. That was, like, right before. And then, because, like, my little brother was, like, obsessed with her. And then, but I didn't recognize Amanda Seyfried. Like, I didn't know who she was. It was, like, Mamma Mia had come out maybe the year before. And so I hadn't yet seen it.
And you hadn't seen Mean Girls?
I had, but I didn't recognize her.
That's interesting.
Maybe I hadn't. I don't know. But but regardless, because I think just of the glasses. I guess it's true, guys. Put glasses on a girl, you won't recognize her.
It's so
Pull
good.
her hair back.
What?
Because her hair was pulled back, too.
That's true. That's very true. She slayed it. It's just so good. It's just so good. I have a lot of other little tidbits and facts, but if you want to talk more about your impressions of this movie and how much you love it first.
I'm trying to think, because it's like, I'm just, like, so used to seeing it that it's, like, almost hard to, like, perceive it in any intellectual way, because I'm like, oh, that's Jennifer's body. You know what I mean?
Jennifer's body. Okay, so I did a lot of research just because I feel like Diablo Cody is, like, such a quintessential, like, story of, like, making it in Hollywood, and, like, people love to talk about how she made it.
But Have you read her book?
No, I haven't read her book.
I haven't. It's
really good. I really want to read it. So Diablo Cody, she decided one day in her early 20s to sign up for an amateur stripper night. And then she became a stripper for a year. And throughout this time, she had, like, a couple different blogs. And then she became, like, a writer, like she had a column in Entertainment Weekly, stuff like that. Then she wrote a book about her year as a stripper.
Candy Girl.
Yeah, I really want to read it. And that's how she got in touch with her manager. Her manager was like, you should write a screenplay. First screenplay this girl has ever written is Juno. They finished writing it February 2005. That summer, it's auctioned and becomes Juno. And she wins a freaking Oscar for Juno.
That's crazy. I didn't know it was her first one she ever wrote.
First one she ever wrote.
That's so interesting also, just, like, that she wouldn't have adapted Candy Girl. Because I feel like that's an interesting story.
Yeah, I'm curious about, like, the development of Juno. Like, where'd you get that idea?
Yeah, I don't
know. But...
Diablo Cody, I respect you and I despise you.
Truly. Like, but it's so interesting because people were, like, obsessed with her. Like, she was the new girl in town. Like, she wrote Juno, like, fresh out of the gates. Yeah. Like, oh, she was a stripper. That's so cool. Whatever. And she said that she, like, coming off of this huge high of, like, literally winning an Oscar, that she felt like this was her opportunity, that she could write whatever she wanted to write. So she wrote Jennifer's Body. And then, of course, Jennifer's Body comes out and it gets horrible reviews.
I will say, though, because it also, like, in knowledge of it, I always, like, it flopped, you know? Like, that's what I'd always heard. Like, it just didn't make money, blah, blah, blah. But, like... I guess by today's standards, like, it made its money back. It was like its budget was $16 million. It made like $36 million or something like that. So I'm like, maybe a loss with the marketing money or something, all in all. But I'm like, people are really acting like it like underperformed so much more than it actually did.
But
I guess at the time period, movies were just like typically making more money, but I'm like, bro, relax.
Yeah, but I think like obviously it's like it's giving like Lil Nas X like coming off of Old Town Road.
Okay.
It's giving Lil Nas X comes out with Old Town Road. Biggest hit ever, right? What's he gonna do for his second song?
Yeah.
Like, it's gotta be as good or better, or else, like, he's a one-hit wonder. And he slayed that, whatever. Like, Lil Nas X is Lil Nas X. But you know what I mean? Like, people were, like, labeling her as, like, ugh, she wrote one screenplay, she won an Oscar. And then for her to come out with Jennifer's Body and it do so horribly critically, like, that was a real blow to, like, her. And
I like that you call him Little Nas X.
Lil? Yeah. Lil? You want me to go Lil Nas X?
Lil Nas X.
Lil Nas X.
I don't want you. It's just funny to me that you say little.
Anywho, so that's the team.
Well, what's funny about the marketing, and I had to write this down because I was like, this is getting weird. So Twilight had just come out.
Yeah.
Like the same year. And for some reason, every reviewer was comparing it to Twilight.
Yeah.
Like they were like Roger Ebert, famed movie critic, called it a Twilight for boys.
Yeah.
What does that even mean? Because technically, Twilight is for I mean, if we're going like heterosexual, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I guess you're thinking like it's for boys and that like it's lesbians? Barely.
Yeah.
It's barely lesbians.
And that it's like, it's scary and there's violence.
But like
and
Twilight
gore.
is not scary.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's why it's for boys. That's why Jennifer's Body is for boys.
Well, then there's another review that mentions Twilight. It says, the last time a horror flick tried for a distinctly female point of view, the result was Twilight, which was more of a wan gothic romance than a chiller. I'm sorry. Let me do the math. Is Twilight a horror flick? Like, it's very clearly a romance. So I'm like, why?
It's supernatural elements.
Why is the touchstone for this movie? They're like, it's not like Twilight. Like, correct.
Yeah, exactly. It's so stupid. And, like, I saw somewhere, too, that they were like, this is stupid because, like, there's no Bella Swan in Jennifer's Body. Like, there's no, like, male character for, like, if this is Twilight for boys, for, like, boys to feel connected to. And, like,
no sense.
It's dumb. This is not.
Twilight's not
men
funny.
should not touch this movie. This is a women's movie.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
It's really, people are fucking stupid.
Yeah. I mean, I guess they literally had they were like, they didn't even know how to categorize it. So they were like, it's like Twilight for boys. Like, they were just saying words.
Yeah.
It's like shoes for hamsters. Like, you might as well have said that.
Good idea.
Oh. $1 billion.
I did some research on Karyn Kusama, the director, that I thought was interesting. So basically, I just wanted to confirm. She went to NYU.
Oh.
Yeah. She did short films, obviously, at NYU as a student. She apparently won a prize at NYU for one of her prize. I don't know how.
Hopefully money.
Yeah. But then she did a whole bunch of things trying to support herself. She edited a documentary film. She did producing on music videos, indie films. She was a nanny. She apparently painted houses. I don't know. Then through her nanny job, I didn't actually know that until I just read it right this first second. That's actually very interesting. She met, I don't know this man. I do not know who he is. Filmmaker John Sayles.
I don't know who that is either, but pisses me off when I hear about that because I'm like, well, I was a nanny. I didn't meet anybody through my nanny job.
Yeah, so the thing is, she became his assistant and helped him while he was like filming one of his movies, Men with Guns. I don't know.
Men with Guns. Ooh.
Yeah. And so she was writing screenplays while she was his assistant, and she got into boxing, and that developed like this idea in her head for Girl Fight. Have you heard of it? I had
No, I was gonna ask, like, I don't know what else she's directed.
Yeah, so that was her debut. So she wrote and directed it, and she got her funding from none other than John Sayles, the guy who she was the assistant to. So I was like, I thought that was interesting.
That is interesting.
Being an assistant, being in the industry, making your connections. And she went to Cannes, and she went to Sundance, and the movie won the grand jury prize at Sundance.
Whoa.
Yeah, and the movie starred Michelle Rodriguez, and so that was her first, like, that was her jump start into the industry as well. So I just thought that was interesting, being an assistant, making her connections, working. I mean, I'm sure she was just like us, working a bunch of odd jobs, trying to make it, writing her own stuff. Yeah. I thought that was interesting. Then I did my little deep dive. Megan Fox, Amanda Seyfried both started out as models. Love to see it. So that's my next thing, you guys. I'm gonna get into modeling.
Yes, you could. I could 1,000% see you doing like makeup campaigns.
Thank you.
Like I see you on like that when it's like a girl like on like the Sephora.
There's this person who went to NYU my year. I don't know their name, but I recognize their face. And the other day I was right outside my house. A giant print ad on a bus passed me with just their face on it for like, I don't know how to pronounce this skincare brand. La Laneige. It's like an L.
Laneige?
Laneige.
Ah.
And I keep seeing it and I'm like, like, how crazy is that for you to just see like a giant, it's just like their face.
It is going to be weird when we start seeing people we recognize just like in any spots, like not just in film, TV, but like modeling. Like, let's say some of them become newscasters. I mean, who fucking knows? But it's just like where we're seeing them, we're like, whoa, like, I know you. That's weird.
It is really weird.
I never know anybody I'm seeing around. Like, I had one friend, former friend, who is like a model. Oh. And I was like, this is so cool of me. Yeah. My friend who's a model.
That is
she was
really
like an
cool.
acquaintance, I would say.
I took one acting class with, I don't know how to pronounce her last name, Sophie Lillis.
I don't know who that is.
She was in it. She was in...
Is it the redhead girl?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, and so, like, that was weird when all those movies came out, where I was like, I
think that's another thing is, like, how there's this level of, like, intrigue and, like, width, I guess, or distance between, like, let's think about, like, people who aren't in the industry or, like, even on the fringes of it, watching movie stars. It's like, oh my god, they're not real people in a sense. Yeah. So it's so weird when you see things that are like, it makes it so like lame in a way. Like, it's still so fun, but it's like you lose that distance and that sort of like idealization, idolatry of it, where you're kind of like, oh, but it was fun when like it was mysterious, and it's like, versus I'm like, well, now I know how it works.
It's like magic. It's like learning a magic trick.
When you see like the behind the scenes, it's like the illusion is shattered.
Yeah. That's how I feel about like boycott Disney. But like, I would never want to work at Disney or like go on like a backstage tour of Disney World, because like, I want the magic to stay the magic. I don't want to know how things work.
You don't want to see how the sausage is made. Real people.
Yeah.
You don't want to be in the room where it happens.
I do not.
It is crazy because like I do, but then I'm like, wait though, if I'm here, is this real? Anyone could be here. I guess it's imposter syndrome, isn't that what that is?
That is exactly what that sounds
like. But
I
think imposter syndrome, I've always associated with like you thinking you don't deserve to be there. But I'm just saying more like it's weird.
But you just said you were like, because if I can be here, anyone can be here.
Yes.
So that is putting you at a place where
but it's more like, okay, then everyone deserves this.
Because you think you're not special is what the root of that is.
Yeah.
So that is imposter syndrome.
Okay.
You are special.
You know what it is? I don't have a therapist anymore.
Oh.
We just like talk that through.
Okay, I love that. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm here however you need me.
Well, it's like that's what I was saying, like how I have one of Susie's I don't think I said her name out loud. One of Susie's clients' phone numbers that I text, where I'm like, you're just a girl.
Yeah. Which is, I think, an important.
It's good.
It's really important. It definitely
is like, weird because I'm like, this is just a person.
Yeah, because we don't see them as people. We see them as like
things.
Gods.
Yeah.
Who are like in such a higher position than us.
But it definitely like that has shifted since the rise of TikTok and influencers and stuff.
Yeah.
Because like we see it so much and we're like, oh wait, they're not. Why are they there?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's true. That's very true. It's so interesting.
It's like if Addison Rae can have a conversation with Nicole Kidman, why can't I?
I'm with you. I'm so with you.
So,
meeting celebrities is weird.
Wait, what'd you say?
Meeting celebrities is just weird.
Oh.
What?
Well, you've met more than I
don't know if I've really met that many. The one thing I have is Darren Criss.
Ed Sheeran. Lest we forget the tears shed.
I can't believe I forgot that.
Well, because what I was saying, I was like, you did cry.
Yeah, that's the thing. He's still so special to me.
Yeah.
Like I met him and I wasn't like, oh, you're just a person. I was like, you are so important to me, but you have no idea.
I wonder if it's different if you're meeting him, like, because you're meeting him as a fan versus like if you had to like coordinate his travel.
Yeah, 100%. It would be so different.
Yeah.
And like obviously I know he's a person, and if you're watching, I know you're a person. But yeah, no, it is very different. Because also even with Darren Criss, because have I talked to you about my Darren Criss?
I don't think you have.
There was this girl who her family was freaking loaded, and she was like, she invited me to her birthday party, right? We were good friends. I was obsessed with Glee, right? She was like, there's gonna be a surprise at my birthday party, like whatever. So I'd
be expecting like a pony.
No, well that's the thing. So I walk into her apartment, right? And there's like a mariachi band. And I was like, oh cool, like what a fun surprise, right? So I'm just standing in her kitchen, and then I just hear Darren Criss go, hey everyone, and I just start sobbing.
Wait, so you haven't seen him yet?
And I go to the window, and I'm just like, it's a really beautiful view that I'm looking at. I'm 11, by the way. I'm 11 years old. And then I like picked myself up, whatever. We had the best time. We sang karaoke with him. I sang Valerie with him, because we only sang songs that were sung on Glee as well. So I sang Valerie with him.
Why? I'm just so baffled. Like, that must have been like the only birthday party request he had to make an appearance. Was it like, I feel like that's an odd thing, right? Like Darren Criss. I get like height of Glee.
Yeah,
like, I
mean, he was very important to me.
Wow, but I guess it's just like I don't picture most celebrities stopping by birthday parties in general. Like that's not like accessible to most people.
Yeah,
like
that's
hiring a
true.
celebrity to stop by your 11th birthday or whatever.
Anywho,
but, like him especially is like if you're gonna go for it, get like Zac Efron at the time.
Bro, stop this Darren Criss slander. And so basically, I was the biggest Glee fan there. By the way,
you were a Gleek.
I was such a Gleek. And so then at the end of the day, my friend goes up to him and is like, Mariah's a huge fan. Can you take a photo with her? So he comes up to me and he gives me a hug. And then we took a photo. If I have the photo, I'll send it to Minnie.
I haven't seen this photo. What?
Oh my God. But basically, then my relationship with Darren Criss continued. We got to see him in...
That sounds sus.
No. In How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying. We met him backstage. Then he came to a different birthday party of hers a couple years later, and we performed scenes from Glee in front of him, and he filmed it, and I played Blaine in the scene that I was in. This is insane.
This is the craziest thing I've ever heard in my life.
And then Darren Criss was in a production when I was in college, sophomore year. He was originally supposed to be in a production that was supposed to go up March of 2020 at Atlantic, which is where, like, that was my studio at NYU. So he was rehearsing, like, in the same place as, like, our classes. I never saw him, but, like, my friend saw him in the hall, whatever, and I was like, ugh, I've been there, like, whatever. I'm just kidding.
No, like, you have an in.
No, I have an in. But basically, I'm like, whatever. But then COVID happened, so he, like, joined us all on Zoom to, like, just do a Q&A and to talk about his process, whatever. It was, like, a big Zoom. I made my background the photo of me and Darren, like, from when I was 11, and I was just like, this. And then he messages in the chat and he's like, oh my God, Mariah, like, I'm not even kidding. He's like, I didn't forget that, like, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, so.
Oh my God. So what I'm hearing though is like, what's next? Sounds like Darren, Chris, and your guys' story is not finished.
You're so right. You're so right, actually.
Like, there's definitely got to be a reunion.
Yeah.
Darren, Chris, if you're watching,
well, this is
you have
thing.
your number one Gleek here who needs to see you again. And maybe, I don't know if you know somebody in the industry.
Honestly, that would be great. Like,
yeah.
Just get us connected.
Just get her, figure out if you got any manager friends. Just shoot Mariah on by.
The thing is, like, I feel like I very much pride myself in, like, I try not to be cybermatch here and whatever, a fangirl. Like, I really, like, if, like, I don't know. I just feel like, to me, it's not the classiest look to, like, if you see a celebrity in person. Like, I will never go up to anyone.
Oh my
like,
God, no.
Never. And, like,
we watched Josh Hutcherson from afar.
Yeah,
we saw him at the 92nd Street Y, and we were like, we're gonna go a respectful distance away, and watch his short little frame walk into his car.
I just think, like, I do feel like I acknowledge, like, they are people.
Yes.
And I feel like it is weird to, like,
very
obsess over people that you don't know, which, baby, I'm a little bit hypocritical.
No, but we do it, I mean, for the most part.
Yeah.
From afar. I'm too lazy to be a fangirl. The stamina these people have of, like, going, like, and I'm talking, like, the extreme ones, but, like, going to, like, every show an artist will have, or, like, tracking them down, like, at every meet and greet or something. I'm like, who's got the time or the money?
Yeah.
Not I.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I think it's weird. I truly think it's weird when, like, celebrities, like, recognize their fans, because I'm like, they've seen them so many times, that it's like, and it's you again. Like, I wouldn't wear that as, like, a badge of honor. It's like, you're basically just stalking this person.
That's so fair. I don't know, and I just feel like I had this saying in high school that, like, you know what, I will stand by. You're gonna make fun of me, I feel like. But I would say it a lot.
Never let anyone dull your spiel or something.
No, it was never. Oh,
I was close.
It was. It's like, oh, what the fuck? I'm forgetting the beginning. It's like, never as a fan, only as a co-star. Like,
no, that's exactly was my, like, goal when I was, like, 12, and I was like, I need to marry Harry Styles.
Yeah.
Obviously, my plan, I was like, I'm gonna, at the time he hadn't acted yet, and so I was like, I'm gonna get him to act, and I'm gonna be his co-star, and, like, he's gonna fall in love with me. Like, I was like, no, I need to be respected, not, like, kept at arm's length.
Exactly. And I just feel like it was me acknowledging, like, my sense of self too, of, like, I have these aspirations where actually one day I want to be, like, a respected
not
individual
just, like,
in the industry.
This person's always above you.
Yeah, and, like, I never want to make anyone feel uncomfortable. Like, I got so mad at my boyfriend John, because we were at a coffee shop, and Alan Cumming, who I love so much, I saw him in Cabaret like 2 or 3 times when I was in high school, whatever. I love him. He was, like, in line, and so I subtly said to John, I was like, oh my God, like, it's Alan Cumming, like, I love him, whatever. And John, like, subtly tried to take a photo of him, and, like, Alan Cumming definitely noticed, and I got so mad. I was like, bro,
he's not a zoo animal.
Yeah, like, exactly. Like, I was like, I really respect Alan Cumming. The last thing I would want him to feel is uncomfortable while he's trying to get, like, a coffee. Like, I want to just let him live.
I'd be so terrified if I saw a celebrity and I decided to go up to them, which I would never do, but if I was like, it's once in a lifetime, like, let me just see if they'll take a photo, and if they were like, rightfully, if they were like short with me, or if they were snippy, or they were
my God.
no, I would not recover.
Oh my God. Literally, I'd kill myself.
But also simultaneously, the thought of like a little army beneath me being like, we support everything you do. Oh my God. The world does not want to know what that me would be like. Like if there was just like somebody who's like, we don't care that you killed somebody. Like, we love you, queen. I'd be like, and I love you. Like,
no, you'd slay that.
You don't want to know. Like, I would become like a dictator.
Yeah.
My army. What would your stand name be? We need to like assign stand names.
The meerkats. Rawr.
What'd you say?
The meerkats.
Okay.
What about you?
I don't really have a lot of good ones. I would kind of want to go like
the
religious.
Sluts.
That's a good one. But I was gonna say like, you know how like there's like the Philistines and the that kind of stuff. I'd want like my own little like name, the Laylights or something.
Yeah.
But like give them their own little name.
Well, your last name is Sermon.
Well, so my Twitter handle in like high school was the Serminator because it's like Terminator. Serminator's not bad.
Sermon, like there's something you could work with.
Sermon.
Like sermon. Sermon. You see what I'm saying? With
oh my God, yes.
Oh, as you text, I'll just throw out random facts about Jennifer's body to go back to Jennifer's body. Emma Stone was considered for Needy. So was Brie Larson. That's interesting. Brie Larson auditioned. Blake Lively was going to be Jennifer, but she had to decline because of conflicts in schedules because of Gossip Girl, which is interesting because Adam Brody wasn't in Gossip Girl.
He's married to Leighton Meester. He was in the OC.
That's what I'm thinking. He was in the OC, so
I'm back.
The Devil's Kettle is real. Did you know that? It's a real place.
Oh, I didn't know it was called that.
It's a real thing. Anywho.
Let's go. Field trip.
Those are my little facts. Did you hear them?
I heard some of them.
Okay, so
I heard the Brie Larson one.
Layla. Hey.
Hey.
What was your manic for this week?
Ooh. My manic for this week. I haven't been able to find time to write. I'm like, like the Jersey Shore gym tan laundry. Mine is work, write, moving.
Yeah.
So work's going fine. Moving sucks, but I'm like, that's going to happen.
Yeah.
So I just have, obviously because of that, I haven't had time to write.
Yeah.
That's all there is to my personality.
I mean, that's so fair. Moving is like literally the most all-consuming thing that a person
Especially
could
when
do.
like the space is like already tiny. So it's like I'm getting rid of stuff, but it's like I have to move stuff. There's not room for things.
Yeah.
It's frustrating.
It's great for me because I'm taking your stuff.
Yeah.
I love some free stuff. But yeah, that's very fair. If you need help, I'm here.
Thanks. Your turn.
My manic. I don't really know. Like,
all that build up.
Since Monday, it's been not that, because we're recording 2 episodes this week because Layla's moving next week.
Yeah.
So there's not been a lot that's just, that's happened.
Yeah.
And I like don't want to sound like a broken record, but like I think honestly probably my manic is just like my part-time jobs and like feeling like customer service is just like I've just been like really, I don't know, feeling kind of bored and stuck. But on the flip side of that, like yesterday I really made an effort I finished reading a script that I was excited about. I already told you about that. And just trying to like use all of my time when I can at work to like really do things that further my craft. Yes. Even though, because like I really can't write at work. Like I feel like when I write I need to be like sat down, headphones in, locked in. But like as long as I'm like submitting to Actors Access, like reading scripts, like doing that sort of thing, it makes me feel like, okay, this isn't a total waste of like my creative time. But yeah, it's just not the most fun, but that's just how I try to make it better, I suppose. But anywho, what's your pixie?
Oh, Pixie Sticks. I've been saying that June was going to be my month. And, we're we're a bit ways into June. So, August! Sounds like I just forgot July existed, but no. My Aunt Yarmila did say August would also... She said it's so funny. She said the 1st of August and 30 days after that, which is just the month of August. I don't know why she said it like that. But so, we're pivoting. We're looking ahead. I'm just going to keep doing this. Every 2 months, I'll be like, nothing happened. November.
That would be a really good line. You should write that down. The 1st of August and 30 days after.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
The 1st of August and 30 days after.
Yeah, exactly.
Like a witch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really good.
I got kind of Irish there for a minute, but
I'm feeling good about you. I'm feeling good vibes.
I think it's your endorphins. They're misleading you.
No, I mean it. I really feel it.
Thank you. You're aligned with the stars, because the stars, guys, like, you can try to compete against me. You're competing against me and the stars. Like, try to beat the stars. They're on my side. So
I was trying to like make a sign with my hand. I got
of
so
what?
confused. Of like a star and with just one hand. That was so weird. Okay.
What's your pixie?
I've been actually doing pretty well. Like, I feel like I've been very excited about writing, and like I feel like I've been very disciplined with myself, which I'm really happy about.
Yes.
And I feel
You're,
like
whipping yourself
every
morning.
Yeah. And I love, like, I feel like it's like reading for me, where I'll read and read, and I'm like, yeah, I love reading. And then I stop reading, and then like it's like 3 months that I haven't read a book.
Yeah.
And I'm like, ugh.
It's
last
phases.
thing I want to do is read. But then once I start reading again, I'm like, I love reading. I never want to stop. Like, that's how I feel about writing, where I'm like, I love going to my little coffee shop. I love getting my little drink and sitting down and listening to music and writing. Like, it's so fun. Like, that's why I love doing what I want to do.
Yeah.
You know? But it's funny because then I'm like, I get, like, last week I was like, oh, the last thing I want to do is start a new project.
Yeah. Well, starting a new project is terrible.
Yeah.
Because then you're thinking, okay, the characters, all right, let me nail down the plot, and like, what's gonna happen past this? What's the opening scene? Or like, it's gotta show everything that's important. It's like, I hate it so severely.
I hate outlining so much. I don't
mind outlining in like a casual way, like just being like, then this happens. I'm like, yay.
I hate it. I like writing. I don't like any of the other preliminary things that I need to do.
Yeah.
But I got past that part. So I'm feeling good about that. And I worked out twice this week, you guys. I thought you were about to go, yay! And then instead you yawned.
I did not work out, so I'm more tired.
No, that's so fair. Moving doesn't work out on its own.
I went to the dermatologist at like 8 a.m. yesterday.
Hey.
Had to get a mole checked out.
Did she say anything or he? I'm a feminist though.
No way. Yeah. Stop assuming it's a woman.
Yeah, I'm a feminist.
I was forced to go to a man.
Yeah. Oh, you told me this.
Yeah. It was fine. I don't have.
Okay, so
cancer.
it's not what you thought it was.
I was really convinced I was.
Yeah,
you were
really
be like,
convinced.
You have 30. You have until the end of August.
No. Are you like? Were you really scared?
I actually forgot about it.
Oh, that's good. That's God bless.
I was like, oh right, I might have cancer.
I've been seeing so many people on TikTok though who have been like, oh, I had to get this mole removed. Like,
okay,
LOL.
that's what I'm saying. Like, it runs in my family too. Like, my mom's had so many moles removed, which is why I was like, it's happening. But even though like I don't tan, I always put sunscreen on, and like I've always done that for like years. I'd be pissed if I got that.
And even like, obviously your mom is fine. Like, even if you did have to get a mole removed, like, you'd
but
be
she
Gucci.
also like grew up in the Florida sun, never wearing
That's
sunscreen.
true.
Like,
yeah.
If there's someone who was gonna have skin cancer, it was my mama.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Anywho,
You worked out.
I worked out because basically it was causing me so much stress. I have no money, you guys. So I was like, how does one develop a workout routine that you love with no money? Because like, I am such a class girly. Like, I have no motivation when it's just like me at a
so
gym,
hard.
let alone me in my bedroom. Like, what? Yeah. What are you talking about? So, but then I worked out with my mom. She gave me a little budget. So now I have like a proper workout routine.
Yes.
I'm really excited. And like it is actually so crazy. Like again, it's like the reading metaphor. I don't work out for like months and I'm like, ugh, I never want to work out. And like it's not like I'm having the most fun in the moment, but I feel
so good afterward.
So good. Oh,
I'm always like, oh, I could eat a smoothie. I love smoothies.
Yeah. I'm like, oh my God, is this what happiness feels like?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It really is.
So I'm excited. I'm excited to like have my little routine. I think it's been really good. I'm just really bobbing. It's been really good for me too that I'm only working 3 days a week in person. Like already, I feel like it's made such a difference where I just feel like I have so much more time and like, I don't know. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling high on life. It's summer. I want to go to the beach. I'm so like I'm peppy right now. I'm peppy, and I still have no money, but for some reason I'm feeling okay about it. Yeah, I really went over budget this week, so the next 2 weeks are gonna be rough. And I'm going to happy hour after this.
Whoa.
So,
but it's happy. It's cheap.
Yeah, but I'm gonna get like some food. I'm about to like get like a $5 drink and then a $30 meal and be like, oops.
Yeah.
Whoopsie. Yeah, because I got mac and cheese from Dig. It's gloop. That's not mac and cheese. That's gloop. Anywho, I really just like got very excited to talk about my pixie. That's that. Oh, we have no idea what we're talking about next week.
Oh my God. Well, we'll let you know.
Next week, we have a very exciting mystery movie. Mystery.
So whatever it is, we'll
let you know. Goodbye.
Bye.